Hello, everybody. It is Monday, and it is your clarity reading, your divine masculine clarity reading today. So we're going to light this incense, and we'll get into it here. If you're here, it is because you have met someone who you believe to be your twin flame, and you have found yourself on this twin flame journey that not all of us in this world get the opportunity to experience. So there must be something pretty special about you, divine feminine, or you would not be going through this right now. It does not happen to the faint of heart. I know this because you guys are initiates. How do I know this? Because I've experienced it myself, and I know what it is like to go through the dark night of the soul. It is not for the faint of heart. When you go through this, it is excruciatingly painful and extraordinarily difficult, and it feels like it is never going to end. You feel like you have found yourself in some pit of emotional and mental hell. Yet at the same time, somehow simultaneously, you start having all of these crazy and amazing spiritual experiences. Well, that's because this is your awakening, divine feminine. And again, this is not for the faint of heart. You have to get to a certain place in your spiritual development as a soul in order to go through this. And what comes after this, I don't know. Because, honestly, before I went through this, I had no idea that twin flames even existed or that this was a real thing. And if someone had told me about it, I wouldn't have believed them. It took actually going through this experience for me to believe it. And even when I first started going through it, I still didn't completely believe it. So, all right, let's put these cards out for you guys today. We are putting your card here, divine feminine, and down here we are going to put, actually that's divine masculine, no, that's divine feminine's card. This next one is divine masculine's card right here. This is our divine masculine, and I am missing one of my platonic solids. I must have left it in my bag. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll just have to use a rock in place of that. I like to use my platonic solids for this reading. It's a lot of fun. The platonic solids are something that kind of came to me through revelations, like personal revelations over time, as synchronicities, numbers and different spiritual information was kind of dripping to me over time, which is what's going to happen to you too, because you're going through this experience of spiritual transformation. The platonic solids showed up for me as part of my understanding for sacred geometry. All right, let's get another few cards out here for you guys, and we'll get into this reading. I hope you guys are having a good week. If you guys are interested in a one-on-one, please look at the description box below. We also have a new feature called, I guess it's not really called anything, but it's to email us questions. And we charge about $10 for that. If it's a super, there's a whole bunch of questions, or it's more of an in-depth subject that requires, some research, it could be a little bit more. But generally speaking, the majority of the questions that come to us will be about $10. And we will send you a video response, a personal video response, within 48 hours of you submitting the question to us. Now, You can access that on our website, which is that's our email. You can access this on our website, which is the-conduits.com, the-conduits.com. And just go to the page that says, email us a question. And you guys can purchase that from there. And we will very happily send you a very in-depth and detailed response to your question that you can watch over and over again. And if you have more than one, you can send another one after that. But it's just a less expensive way to get a little bit of coaching where you don't have to set up like an entire one-on-one, because you may just have like a random question here and there. And we want to make sure you guys have the ability to be able to ask it. So check that out if you guys would like. And I'm going to use just this little rock right here since I can't find my other one. All right, you guys, let's get into this reading and find out what's going on with you and your divine masculine. So up here, this is your energy, and down here, this is divine masculine, this energy. And then we're going to see how it kind of intertwines with each other here, okay? So for you, divine feminine, your energy, I gave you the Merkaba because you're the generative twin flame here. You're the important one, in my opinion. Not that your divine masculine is not important. Of course they're important. But you, divine feminine, are something special. You, divine feminine, have some pretty cool energy going on right now. Highly creative, feeling very inspired. Even if you're still in some like dark night of the soul energy, you're getting downloads and revelations on a spiritual level like you've never experienced before. And as a result, it is sparking a whole bunch of new ideas, new possibilities that are making you feel kind of excited in certain ways. Like you're having days where you're just feeling like, oh my gosh, this life is incredible. This life is amazing. The people in it, I feel so connected to everything. You're starting to get glimpses into unity consciousness. And this is just opening this whole new dimension of possibilities and understandings for you, divine feminine. And it's only going to get better from there. Now, for your divine masculine, let's find out what's going on with their energy right now. This is 100% a result of everything that's happening with you. Divine masculine is feeling hyper-focused on creativity and bringing certain kinds of outcomes into reality through inspired action. So they really want to make something happen. They want to manifest something. They may have, at certain points in time in the past, and maybe still, felt like they're not even 100% sure how to do it, or they aren't always 100% clear on what it is that they actually want to manifest, like, I guess in its totality, but they have a pretty good idea, and they are working hard on a day-to-day earthly level of making this happen and making that happen. So they're trying to make, actual connections. They're trying to network. They're trying to create something within business and relationships in their life that is sustainable, and also that is also like worthy of the time that they're spending, because they're really starting to think. And this is because of you, divine feminine. Like, you're the generative twin flame. You're the one that the energy flows from, and then it flows to that negative polarity of the divine masculine. So you may see things with the divine masculine in a time delay. So they may always seem to be doing things not slower than you, but like you'll have these big breakthroughs, and then all of a sudden things change with your divine masculine. You have a breakthrough, then they have a breakthrough. You have a breakthrough. Now, it may look different as how that affects each one of your lives individually, but you're going to see that there is absolutely a direct correlation with what's going on with divine masculine and what is going on with you. And that's going to become clearer and clearer to you over time. So, what are your blockages, divine feminine? What are your blockages? You're very, very focused on something that's extremely valuable to you, which is relationships, people that you love, family, your home, things that are the foundation of everyone's life. Whether you're a male or a female, you're really, really focused on making sure that the people in your life have what they need, that you're showing up in a way that's responsible, and that you're being a good example, that you're being a good leader, and making sure that everyone around you feels safe and secure. You've been able to do this so well because of the fact that you've gone through this ascension process and are still going through it. But what's blocking you is this feeling that you're never going to be able to do it good enough, that you're never going to be able to show up enough for others, that you somehow always seem to like fail or fall short. And this is just an illusion, divine feminine. This is just you being hard on yourself and not seeing your own value and worth. The reason why you work so hard for everyone around you is you have a tendency to see the value and, the importance of everybody else's life. And you're extraordinarily forgiving, but you're very, very hard on yourself. You don't give yourself that same level of leeway and forgiveness and understanding that you would give to those around you. And that's what kind of blocks you, because it's changing your perception. And so even though you're doing all these amazing things for other people, your perception toward yourself is kind of blocked or skewed. And that affects the actions that you take towards others, even on a subconscious level. So the blockages with your divine masculine are probably going to be somewhat similar, yet a little bit different. So your divine masculine has very similar aspirations. Again, whether they're male or female or not, it doesn't matter. What it is that they're looking at building a proper foundation, taking care of the people that they love, being a good leader, and showing up for others to help them, achieve their goals and to know their value and their own worth. But when it comes to being able to do this, divine masculine falls short or has blockages in the area of they're a very hard worker and they really like to get things done. They take a lot of action, they're creative, and they get a little put off or upset that it seems like the people in their life don't reciprocate this back to them. And it is something that divine masculine really needs to look at, because if divine masculine is doing all of these things for people that don't appreciate or reciprocate the time, the energy, and the emotions that they're putting into it, they may be really just spinning their wheels and wasting their time. And they could redirect that energy into people and situations that are more worthwhile for divine masculine's personal growth and happiness in this life, in this world. So divine masculine really needs to take a look at, they're doing a lot of great and amazing things, but are they focusing that attention in the right places? What is it that connects you and divine masculine? You guys are so similar in so many ways and so different in others. But what connects you is you both have this strong desire to be successful in everything that we just talked about. helping others, being available for others, showing up for others, taking action. You guys are both very restless in this area. You really want to get out and make a difference and make a change. But the underlying insecurities behind doing these things are a little bit different. The end goal seems to be the same, but the method to the way that you guys do things is different in certain ways. And so what connects you is, I guess, that shared dream, that shared desire for certain outcomes in family, friendships, and relationships, and in work, and successfully climbing the ladder of life. You have similar ideas of what you would consider success in this world from a personality and ego stance. And then also, of course, what connects you is the fact that you're twin flames and that you guys have that same core energy, which is why you guys are so similar in your ambitions toward manifesting something. The difference is, again, the same thing. It's ego. It's the different experiences that you guys have had, the different fears, and the way that those things manifest between the two of you. So there's also kind of a feeling that I get that even though these differences may appear to almost like make it so you don't or you shouldn't connect, because of the fact that you guys are twin flames, it's almost what connects you, because it's like the yin to the yang for each other. You kind of help each other. Like where divine masculines got weaknesses, you have strengths, and where you have weaknesses, divine masculine has strengths. And so it actually ends up bringing the two of you together in the sense of you guys just know that there's like this deep connection between the two of you. And divine feminine, you know it consciously, but divine masculine knows it subconsciously. They absolutely know it subconsciously. So for you and divine masculine, what is the message from spirit this week? Okay. When you face this kind of energy, which is like a hopelessness, feeling like you should just give up, you don't want to move forward, things just like all your hard work just doesn't seem like it's paying off. Spirit wants you to know, God wants you to know, Source, the universe, your soul wants you to know that everything happens for a reason and there are no such thing as coincidences. So faith is your fortune. Believing that the highs and the lows serve a higher order of, importance and a higher spiritual plane. You can just trust that things are leading you to exactly where you need to be with your twin flame and with all of your relationships in your life. There is a purpose and a meaning. You have a destiny. You have a life purpose. And it is manifesting and materializing before your eyes right now, divine feminine, and before divine masculines. The only difference is you're consciously aware of this and they're subconsciously aware of it. So the approach, because of that, is different. You are generative and they are receptive energy. Generative, positive, receptive, negative. They receive these cues from you on a subconscious level, which is why divine feminine, it's so important for you to understand all of these things, which is why you're the one that woke up, because you're the generative, twin flame here in this physical world. And so you having this understanding of these universal laws and how they work is so important for the two of you to be able to do things the way that you do, because they react subconsciously from the input that they're getting through this reciprocal energy that you both are, because you guys are the same soul. So divine feminine, you and your divine masculine are working, are heading, because you don't really have to work. There's doing, which you do when you need to do things, but this is about being first, and you and divine masculine already are what you seek. You already are union. It's what you are at the core. And there is a particular outcome that is going to manifest in your world, in your life. Now, this is a potential outcome because you, Divine Feminine, as the generative source, can always change the direction and change the course of everything. Faith is your fortune. Have faith that everything's happening the way that it should, because the wheels are turning and things are happening and manifesting to show us everything. But you are the one who's kind of directing the ship and making things happen. And so for this, we have that it is time timed to make a choice. It is time for you and your divine masculine to make a choice. Now, this card is very beautiful. It's, this wand here that's got all this beautiful mist around it and like earthly tones and colors, and it looks like it's manifesting something. It's creating something. What is it that these two energies coming together and intertwining and creating, what is it that you want to make? What is it that you want to see happen in your life? Now, be open-minded, because to want some kind of experience in life, the faith is that the world, God, the world of form, you and your divine masculine are going to show up for all this stuff exactly as it was meant to be, in order to bring you to your highest version of yourselves and to this higher experience that your soul wants to have here in this lifetime. But it's the mind that needs to come into alignment with that. And so that's where the mind just has to say, okay, I'm going to stop judging the situation. I'm going to stop looking at it that it's good or bad, and just trust that my soul knows exactly what it is that is best for me. And I'm going to just allow that to happen. And that's when you start stepping into the power and the mystery of your soul's energy. And that is who you truly are, Divine Feminine. And that starts with presence, just watching and observing and allowing, just being and trusting. I'm going to get you guys an oracle card. And again, if you guys are interested in a one-on-one or emailing us a question, the information for that is in the description box below. And we will have group calls starting up here pretty soon. My goal is to have that up and ready for you guys by May 1st. So that's just around the corner. And we're really looking forward to launching that for you. If you like this video, by all means, like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It means a lot to us. We love you guys, and we are a channel that is growing, so everything helps. We want to make sure we can get this out there. And if you're interested in telling your story, please email us. If you're interested in doing an interview and sharing your story with other twin flames, email us at journey@the-conduits.com. journey@the-conduits.com. And we can talk about whether or not you would like to do an interview that would be posted on YouTube, where you can share your twin flame story with others, no matter where you're at in your journey. The different stages that you're in are all important, because we all want to know and understand what we're all experiencing as souls. So, and the differences in this journey. So let us know if you're interested. All right, for your oracle card today, you guys, we have Wind. What a beautiful card that is. It really reminds me a lot of this card. Look at the colors. Look at that. You, Divine Feminine, are creating something amazing, and your Divine Masculine is along for the ride. They already are. They always have been. You are union, and you are creating in this world, right? This is the external world around you, but you are the source, the creator of it, and you're learning that right now. And look, of course, it's got my little raven in there. Why wouldn't it, right? I love them so much. Anyone that knows me well enough as a coach knows how important the significance of the raven is for me, because when that raven showed up for me, during my dark night of the soul and hung out with me for 4 hours, and then stayed around for a whole year after that. And then, of course, ravens have been a constant synchronicity for me over and over again throughout my spiritual journey. And I'm sure you guys have some like that too. And if you do, I would love, love, love it if you would share your synchronicities in the comments section below, because I really love hearing about them. And sometimes your synchronicities will be a synchronicity for someone else. So let's read and see what this card stands for here. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. All right, winds of change. Resisting change is useless. Be prepared for a change in direction. You have been warned of change, so believe it. Wind is responsible for the majority of the movement of gases on the Earth's surface. It is measured by direction, speed, velocity, and energy, and moisture content. Winds are caused by changes in atmospheric pressure. When air moves from a higher pressure to a lower or vice versa, it creates movements in the air. Winds are influenced by geography, such as mountains and seas. Wind speeds are measured by the Beaufort wind force scale and range from level 0 for calm to level 17 for a supercyclonic storm or typhoon, with winds in excess of 222 kilometers. Level 17 winds cause total destruction of even well-made structures with solid foundations. Ancient peoples took a great deal of notice of wind direction, as it could herald a change in season, a message from the gods or guardians, a particular kind of weather event, or the beginning of trade winds. Knowing when trade winds were starting was important to transportation by sailing ship. Without favorable winds, ships could be delayed, be calmed, or sunk. Some winds have been given special names and are a part of human history and culture. The Greeks called their 4 winds of cardinal direction Boreas, Nodus, Eurus, and Zephyrus. The Khamsin is the famous hot wind that affects Egypt and Israel that caused invading armies huge problems via dust storms. Kamikaze is the Japanese name for the wind that turned black Mongol invaders back. The Mistral is the powerful, cold, northwesterly wind that carries fierce storms across the Mediterranean coast of France, but is beloved by winemakers further inland. The Chinook is a warm, dry wind that melts the snow on the east side of the Canadian Rockies. It is considered a strange wind because even though it brings warmth to a freezing area, it also causes migraines. Winds have been signifiers of change for millennia. Depending on where you stand, you can face them, or use them, or resist them. I think that the message behind this card for you guys today is the winds of change are taking place with you and your divine masculine, and this current is leading you to a particular place of self-created manifestation. And you get to direct that by going with the flow of it and knowing what it is that you want. Winds have been used for a long time to get us to where we want to go through, like they were saying, transportation. And so learn how to harness these powers, divine feminine, because again, you are the generative twin flame. You decide where this ship goes. And if you don't understand how these universal elements work, you may direct that ship in a place that you're not really wanting it to go, which is okay. Then you just learn a lesson and you redirect and change course, and eventually you are going to get to that place. It's all a part of the process. We're all in that journey together. Darkness serves the light. Going off course only serves to get us back on course. So you can't mess this up, but really look into who you are, divine feminine. Know thyself. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here for this reading today. I will see you guys tomorrow for Divine Masculine's reading. Take care.